So for the last 30 days, I've been using the new ASUS V600 All-in-One. The specific model I have here is powered by the AMD Ryzen AI7 350 CPU and Radeon 860M graphics. The model number is VM670KA. I've spent quite some time with this device, used it for light gaming, light video editing, and everyday general productivity tasks. And in this video, I want to share my experience with you guys. If you're thinking about buying an all-in-one or considering the specific ASUS model, do watch this video till the end. Inside the box, you get the all-in-one itself, some documentation, a 120-watt power adapter, and a wireless keyboard and mouse combo. Talking about the peripherals, both the keyboard and mouse are completely made out of plastic. They're both powered by external batteries, and they're both wireless. And they connect to the all-in-one using a single USB 2.4G receiver. And there is a slot under the mouse to store this receiver, which is really handy so you don't lose it. Now, talking about the mouse, in my opinion, it's cute and really tiny and compact, but if you have big hands, this might not be very comfortable. The clicks and scroll wheel is fine, the performance is fine, but I wish it had back and forward buttons on the side for you to navigate through your browser easily, which it doesn't. On the other hand, the keyboard is actually quite nice. It's full size, it has a dedicated number pad and a full function row with some quick everyday shortcuts for things like media controls, brightness, volume, and there's also a dedicated Copilot key. Since this is a Copilot Plus PC, there's adequate spacing between the keys and it feels comfortable to type on. There is decent amount of key travel. Overall, the keyboard and mouse are pretty decent. They'll get the job done. And in case in the future, if you want to upgrade to a better combo, you can. Now, talking about the all-in-one, starting off with the design and build quality, it's got this really simple, clean, and elegant design. And the build quality is fair. It's completely made out of plastic, weighs around 9 kilograms. And it's not super thick either, considering this is all-in-one, so you need to have the display assembly and all the internals in one place. There is some creaking and flexing here and there, but this is a computer, so it's going to sit on your desk in one place. You're not going to move around or fiddle around with it too much. Something disappointing here is there's not a lot of adjustment here. The stand is of really good quality, it feels sturdy, but there's only tilt adjustments. You can tilt the screen up or down, there's no height or swivel, which is a letdown in my opinion. But one nice feature here is that there is a cutout on the back in the stand for cable management, so giving you an overall clean look on your desk. Now, talking about I/O, towards the front on the side you have a USB 2.0 Type A port, the HDMI mode button, a 3.5mm jack that supports both microphones and headphones, and a Kensington lock slot. Towards the back you have your power button, a HDMI out port, 3 USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A ports, HDMI in, your power port, RJ45 LAN, and a USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type C. Overall, I like the port selection here. I wish there was an extra USB-C, and also I wish there was a full-size SD card reader here, which would have been useful for the photographers and videographers because most of our data is on full-size SD cards. Now, one unique feature on the ASUS V600 AIO is the pop-up webcam. Now, this is a manual operation, so you'll have to pull it out and you can push it back in when you're not using it, which is good for your privacy as well. This is a 5-megapixel IR camera that supports Windows Hello and all the Windows Studio effects since this PC has an NPU. And there's also a microphone array that supports AI noise cancellation. Now, you have effects like blur background, automatic framing, as well as eye contact, and all of that is going to be handled by the NPU. And here is a quick webcam test for you guys. This is a video sample coming from the webcam of the ASUS V600 AIO, and we're shooting in 1080p 30 FPS. The only issue I have here is the angle of the webcam. So if you have your monitor tilted, then the angle of the webcam is also going to be a little off. So you'll have to tilt down to get a usable angle. Now, this is how the video looks, and there's also the audio quality coming from the internal microphones. The noise cancellation is actually pretty good, so you can use this for online meetings and Zoom video calls and stuff like that. You guys let me know in the comments down below, and that's a webcam test. The all-in-one also has some really capable speakers, so you've got two 5-watt bottom-firing speakers that support Dolby Atmos. They do get plenty loud, good volume, good clarity, decent amount of bass, and overall, coupled with the display, the media experience is really good. So if you're watching videos, playing games, listening to a podcast, the speakers are actually of really good quality. And here is a speaker test for you guys. Now, talking about that display, it's a 27-inch Full HD IPS panel with a 75Hz refresh rate, 1000:1 contrast ratio, and 300 nits of peak brightness. This is an anti-glare panel with touchscreen. You can get a variant without it as well if you don't want the touchscreen. And the bezels here are super thin, giving it a 93% screen to body ratio. It covers 100% of the sRGB color space and 72% of the NTSC color space. This is not the sharpest panel out there. Again, you have 1080p resolution on a 27-inch panel, so the PPI is quite low. And it's not the most color accurate panel either, but you can edit photos and videos if you wanted to. But in real life, it gets plenty bright. It's got really good color reproduction as well. And overall, for media viewing, for watching content, for playing some light games and doing everyday general productivity, this is a solid display in my opinion. Now talking about performance, like I said, this model is powered by the AMD Ryzen AI7 350 CPU with Radeon 860M graphics. You can get either 16 or 32 gigabytes of DDR5 memory at 5600 megahertz, and the NPU has got 50 TOPS of performance. There's also a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD, which is PCI Gen 4, and the read and write speeds are on your screen right now. I also ran some synthetic benchmarks like Geekbench 6 as well as Cinebench, and the scores are on your screen right now. Now with numbers aside, in real life, the performance is actually quite good. The computer feels really snappy and fast, apps open up really quickly, and multitasking also feels really good. For everyday general productivity tasks like email, browsing, some light coding, and if you want to use office apps like the Microsoft Suite, all of that works fine. And you can also do some light gaming here. I ran Valorant, and on max graphics I was getting really good numbers, so you can play some games if you wanted to. Video editing is also possible, so I opened up Adobe Premiere Pro and imported some 4K videos from my Canon R5. I'm able to edit it, but you'll have to set the playback quality to maybe half or quarter. You can't play back the full 4K file. It does lag and jitter here and there. But you can do some light video editing, maybe 1 or 2 layers. But if you start, adding multiple video layers, add some effects, transitions, color grading and all of that, it will bring the PC to a halt. I tried rendering a 5-minute 4K video at 75 megabits per second, and it took this computer 3 minutes and 10 seconds to complete and render the file. In terms of connectivity, you've got Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.4. There's also gigabit LAN here, and I had no issues with connectivity. I was able to use Bluetooth peripherals without any issues, and Wi-Fi speeds were also stable. Now talking about thermals and acoustics, the computer idles at 40 degrees Celsius, but under load it can be between 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. So this is when running things like Cinebench, maybe you're playing Valorant, or you're editing a video in Premiere Pro. And the max temperature I saw on this one was 97 degrees Celsius, but that's when the fan is not running. So once you actually start putting load on this computer, the fan kicks in a little bit later and then stabilizes the temperatures. And here is how the fan sounds. Alright, conclusion time. Who is the ASUS V600 All-in-One for? I think it's a good choice for someone who's looking for a reliable home media PC, something to watch content on as well as get work done, and the kids can use it for their school and to play some light games. It's not for people who want to do heavy video editing and heavy gaming or heavy coding as well. This has good performance, but it's not meant for the enthusiasts. And in terms of pricing, it retails for 1,15,000 rupees, and there's discounts and sales going on their website. I'll also leave links in the description down below if you want to check out the all-in-one, and if you're interested in buying, you can buy from my links. It helps the channel out. But that's pretty much it. Those are my 2 cents on the ASUS V600 All-in-One. If you have any questions or queries, do hit me up in the comment section. I'll be there replying to you guys. Like the video if you found this video helpful or enjoyed it in any way. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss out on future uploads. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one.